Northwest Arkansas Business Journal editor Paul Gatling. I'm joined today by Becca Shaddox. She is the Director of STEM Strategy at Walmart, but today we are going to talk about a new project that's on your plate in Fayetteville called Anchor. It's at the Northwest Arkansas Mall, the former Anchor site of the Sears department store. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what that is and how you're getting that off the ground.
Yeah, it's been a great project. My team and I have been working on for the last 6, 7, 8 months, and it's a business ecosystem, and it's there to help create an environment where businesses can come and any size business, startups to mid-size to even enterprises, and have an ability to connect with others, to have access to innovation, as well as strategies to scale their business. So we're the what's the next step after incubation, or when I want to pivot or need to pivot because we need to grow. We're the place that people should think of to come to in that sense.
Right. You mentioned what it is and what it is not. Obviously, there's a lot of resources for startups and entrepreneurs in this space. What is the gap specifically that you're hoping Anchor fills in this market?
It's the scale. So it's not the seed to startup to creating that incubation. We are not an incubator. We would love to support all incubators, and what's coming out of those incubators would definitely be able to come and fit into Anchor as an ability to work on how they scale to the next level. We bring in enterprises and companies that their problems would potentially solve, so that they get exposure to groups across the U.S. and across the globe, based on a model that's already been working for the last couple of years with Eye-to-Eye Labs that's in Bentonville. So they, we are Anchor powered by Eye-to-Eye Labs. So innovation to industry is really where they scale and work through. So that is really what's different from us and some of the other.
Right. You mentioned your team. You mentioned Eye-to-Eye Labs. Who all is involved with Anchor and getting this off the ground?
So Eye-to-Eye Labs, which is Trent Carrinder and Bryce Payton, we came together late last year and met and had some conversations about, what's needed in Northwest Arkansas and businesses and their model with Eye-to-Eye, which I just really fell in love with, and I can explain to you why that kind of became a really great mantra for me. But we started talking about, malls and the vacancies and, how do you create a business ecosystem with something that used to be a retail ecosystem, right? And so it's like, what if the mall, right? Well, then Sears is open. And so the ideas just kind of pummeled through. So Bryce, Trent, and I worked really hard to create this opportunity in this ecosystem, and we realized that there was another need that we could use, and that was an event and conference space. Not only for external use and market, but for our internal abilities. So if you think about a company that's trying to scale, they want to launch their product. Well, in order to do a launch, which we did one last week, it's very difficult to find the space and start to coordinate everything. And how do you get all of that to actually execution in a reasonable cost? So us having these facilities and these spaces allow our members to get access to do those things that help them scale to market faster, but also provides a service to the industry and to the area. So we found an amazing event strategist, Amy Bates of Bates Events, who has been in Northwest Arkansas and around the U.S. doing activations and events and business strategies and marketing for 20 years. And so it kind of just really made the team very cohesive and really has a great niche for us all.
Right. So you lucked out getting the Sears space for the idea that you had, but besides that, why Fayetteville? Was it just because of the available real estate, or was it more intentional than that?
It's a lot of it is about creating an opportunity where there is something that needs an opportunity, which the space in Fayetteville is really an opportune space, right? If the mall had been in Springdale or had been in Johnson, we probably would have looked at it there. But also, looking at the Northwest Arkansas corridor, right? Really breaking up that divide of, do I go to Bentonville? Do I go to Rogers? Am I in Springdale and Fayetteville? It's creating opportunity across the entire ecosystem in the region. And that's where we really felt like, this would be a great place. It provides great parking opportunities. All the things that we've heard from similar solutions, this space has to offer. We love it being in Fayetteville because it does help bring that together. So everything isn't just Bentonville centric. It's not just Rogers, it's not just Springdale. we really start to bring it through the whole region.
Okay, all right, so you have launched and you've gone public with this, but where are you as far as, I mean, you do have to reimagine a Sears space where they change tires and people try on clothes and all that stuff.
All that
so
stuff.
where are you with reinventing this space for your needs, and what's that timeline look like?
So we have been in the process for about 45 days, 60 days in that design. We have found an amazing team, Lisa Lockwood with Lockwood 2 Creations, and Dave Burris and Catherine in his architecture firm have been working with us, and we actually have a fly-through model of the space. Not the entire space, the largest part of the co-working space, we're waiting to build that out for phase 3, just so that we can understand what demands, we can build it open versus private co-working spaces based on the needs. But the event venue, the conference center, some of the private office space, the innovation lab, all of that, the coffee bar, pop-up retail that we'll provide, we have the designs pretty well laid out, and we've really been circulating that over the last few months, or the last few weeks actually, with some others, and really are getting great feedback about it.
Right. Yeah.
So.
The word hub. I hate to use the word hub because it's kind of a buzzword, but it really does sound like 6 or 8 months from now, this could be a Fayetteville hub for businesses of all sizes.
I would hope so. I hope so. I hope we provide an ecosystem of services that really draw people in and people want to be there. Because there's such an ability, and some of the reasons why we worked on this problem is that businesses need to connect. So when you think about trying to make a deal and really create more business value, doing that while you're sitting somewhere where you don't have connection to anybody that you need to be making value conversations with doesn't help you. And this is what we really wanted to do, is bring that all together in one location, make it easy, but also be intentional about it. So it's not just, hey, go network and here's all the space, just come to the space, but like actually putting together some thought around what people need, how we can connect them together to help create win-win situations for all parties involved.
Right, and it's probably pretty fun being able to create your own space from the ground up and designing and envisioning exactly what you want it to be.
It is very fun. We've had a lot of input. The founding team is really all kind of come in on their own desires and their thoughts in the industry, and we've really just worked really well to pull this space together, and it looks really amazing. We're really going to be proud of it. Right,
and even with all that stuff that's just on paper, you've already got a pretty impressive list of companies that you're partnering with and that have partnered with you.
We do. Eye to Eye has been in business for 2 years now, and so with theirs, the majority of their portfolio fits within the Anchor philosophy, and so a lot of that work will naturally just mend into. So that has really brought in a lot of piece, and the Eye to Eye group has really been doing a great job in accrediting technologies and software solutions and innovative solutions to big enterprises, and that's a piece. When you think about Northwest Arkansas and you think about how many large enterprises are here, that's unprecedented access to so many very easily within a region that most don't get that type of access. And so I think that really adds to the value of what Northwest Arkansas has as an innovation hub.
Right. And just to be clear, Eye to Eye Labs, they're, and you don't speak for them, you don't work for them, but they're not going away. They're not folding into what you're doing. They're still doing the same thing.
We are working on how we use our cycle to benefit all. So there are some pieces of their business that doesn't quite fit with the Anchor ecosystem, and so that they'll continue to do. They'll continue to have their office in Bentonville, so that they're there for their clients that they have today. But the ability for the portfolio that they do have to actually set up in a much larger scale innovation lab is really going to be. It's going to really help scale that differently.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds like a lot to be excited about with Anchor. Wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right. And as usual, we appreciate you tuning in. I'm Paul Gatling. We'll see you next time.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.